Hey everyone, I saw Eric over at Breakeven Books do the Booktube Real Talk tag, and I thought it seemed like a good way to start a conversation, so I decided I wanted to do it. I'm actually kind of nervous to make this video, I don't know why, but let's just get into it. So question number one is, what's something that nobody told you about Booktube before you started your channel? So for me, I found Booktube in January, which is when I started to get back into reading, and then I made my first video only like a couple weeks later, if even that. So at that point I didn't really know anything about Booktube at all. I guess I never really know how nice people could be, because when I watched like other YouTube videos before, I never really, I think it's funny. I never like commented on anyone else's videos or anything. So when I started doing that on Booktube, people would talk to me and reply to my comments and then comment on my videos, you know what I mean? It just like was really interesting, because I know that as a smaller channel it just means a lot when people comment on your videos, and before I joined Booktube I never really thought about commenting on people's videos. I don't know. It's not really about, that doesn't really answer the question, but it's the best I can do. So number two is, what's your opinion on typical Booktube videos, wrap-ups, TBRs, hauls, etc.? So I really enjoy wrap-ups because I watch almost every single wrap-up in my subscription box, because that's when people have the most information about books and they can give the most informed opinions. TBRs and hauls are hit or miss for me, because a lot of people just hold up the book and say, I bought Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. I bought Six of Crows. I bought blah blah blah, etc, etc. So personally, I don't think I'm gaining anything from watching that, you know what I mean? They're just holding up books and saying the title. When I filmed my first haul a few days ago, I tried to talk about what drew me to the book, why I bought the book, and like my thoughts on the book before I read it, because I feel like that's actually giving like some information, you know what I mean, rather than just saying the title. What else I don't like is tags where people are just, so the question will be, name a book that's got a purple title, and then they'll, a purple cover, and then they'll say the title, and then it'll be like, name a book that has a dragon in it, and then they'll say the title. Like personally, that's so boring to me. I'm not learning anything. I'm not learning anything about the book. Like, it's, you're just naming books. You know, it doesn't mean anything. I like tags like this where you can actually have a conversation, but tags where you just are naming books are just like not even content to me. So question three is, what is an assumption you had about Booktube before you joined? Was it proven to be correct or not? So an assumption I had was that everyone would be reading and talking about the same books, just because I know that's how trends work, and that is mostly true. People do talk about a lot of obscure books as well, which is really interesting, especially I love when people talk about like indie authors and stuff like that. But people do talk about like the same books over and over again. It's not necessarily a bad thing though. Like, I found Renegades because I just heard people talk about it all the time, and then I was like, I'm gonna check this out, and then I absolutely loved it. Like, Renegades is one of my favourite books that I've read this year. That's really the only book that's like trendy that I've read off of Booktube so far. Other books right now are like Red, White and Royal Blue, and like King of Scars and Six of Crows, although I think that came out a few years ago, but people still talk about it all the time. So I definitely want to read them in the future, but I also like when people talk about, you know, more obscure books. So question four is, what is something you've done that has actually helped you grow your audience? So definitely just interacting with other people in the community, you know, commenting on people's videos, making them recognise your name, and then they'll want to come and check out your channel, because people appreciate support. So if you're always commenting on their videos, you're leaving likes, they really appreciate that, especially when they're smaller channels. I know I do 100%. And then they want to come and check on you and like comment on your videos back, and it's just like a mutual thing. Everyone that comments on my videos, if I don't recognise them already and I'm not already subscribed, I always go over, I check out the channel. I'm normally always subscribed, I check out like the most recent videos, because it's just a nice thing to do. Especially when you're like a smaller channel, it's just like the best way to get yourself out there is just to talk to people. Something that actually kind of annoys me is on Book Twitter, I always see people tweeting stuff like, I wish I had Booktube friends, or I feel like an outsider in this community, and a skinny pig, just ignore them. I know for a fact these people, I see them all the time. This isn't like shade, but these people don't even reply to comments on their own videos. I know for a fact, because I've checked, I've commented, they've not replied, I've looked at their thing, they've not replied to anyone. They don't comment on other people's videos. I'm like, what do you expect? You can't expect people to be friends with you if you're not putting in any work. That's just not how it works. So yeah, that's something that kind of annoys me. I was like, kind of shade. But it's not against anyone in particular, like I just see it all the time. Question 5 is, what is a common mistake you see new booktubers making, or one that you made? Something that annoys me is when I go into a wrap up and the person spends like 3 minutes talking about how they haven't read much that month because it was their birthday, then they had exams, then it was their mum's birthday, then they were in hospital, then their dog died, and blah 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 blah, and they spend 3 minutes just talking about their life. And it's not that I don't care about their life, it's just I'm on that video to see the books I've read and see if they interest me, you know what I mean? See, on vlogs, talk about whatever you want, like that's what vlogs are for. But see, when it's like a wrap up or even a TBR, things like that, you just need to stick to the point, stick to the title, because that's what people are clicking for. People aren't clicking to hear about your mum's birthday on a wrap up, you know what I mean? Like, that's also kind of like shade, but it's true, like people are there for the content that you're offering. If you're offering a wrap up, they don't want to hear about your life. If they want to hear about your life, they'll go to your channel and watch a vlog. Question 6, what are your thoughts on working with publishers and sponsorships? I think that's great, and personally I'm jealous. I wish I could do that, especially if I get more subscribers. I'd love to do it in the future, as long as the company are, you know, ethical, you agree with their morals, they're not scamming your viewers or anything like that, because when you're promoting a brand, that brand then becomes part of you, you're associated with them. So if they then turn out to be shady and they've been like stealing money out of people, your viewers will then not trust you, and it makes it harder to connect with them in the future. So 100% go with sponsorships, however, but you just have to be careful with who you're doing them with and making sure they're reputable companies. Number 7 is, do you think Booktube is dying? And not at all. So I only joined back in January, so I don't know what the like history of the community or anything is like, but I know for a fact now, if you search on YouTube, Booktube newbie tag, that's such a whatever, and then you filter it by like uploaded this week or uploaded even like today, there's so many videos, like so many new people are joining like every single day, and I think that's great. So like I said, I don't know what it was like in the future, in the past, or if it was like more popular back then, but I know now, in my opinion, it's thriving. So that was all the questions. I want to tag Mikayla Reads because she's just the best, and I want to also tag Jessica at alittlenotion because she tagged me to do the mid-year freakout tag. However, I was on holiday at the time, and then I came back, and then one thing led to another, and I just didn't do it. So I'm tagging you back to do this video. Yeah, thanks a lot for watching. Hopefully I didn't offend anyone, and I'll see you later.